So I like the 60 multiple choice questions, the ones that are like you give the equation and then you have to find like.
So third period review video, we'll start with 11 and do every third one after that. And then later I'll do the fourth period review video and start with 12. And then sixth period I'll start with 13 and go from there. So you can locate which video you need to find to see whatever question you need. Number 11. The ellipse with this equation has foci at, okay, well, that's kind of ugly. They're going to force us into complete the square. And factoring, and there's a lot going on in this one. Factor out the 4. Move the 81 over. Okay, I did a couple things at once there. Group the x stuff, factored out the 9. Group the y stuff, factored out the 4. Move the 81 over. I feel like we've done this enough times I can skip a few steps here and there. Half of b is negative 3. Right, this is half it, square it, add it, complete the square step here. Square that, I get 9. So plus 9 in order to complete the square. Now what do I need to do to the other side to keep the equation in balance? Right, add 81. Which is nice because that cancels that other 81. Alright, half of 6 is 3. I square that, I get 9. To complete the square, what do I need to do to the other side to keep things in balance?
36.
Add 36. So I've got 9 times x minus 3 squared plus 4 times y plus 3 squared equals 36. Divide everybody by 36. So x minus 3 squared over 4 plus y plus 3 squared over 9 equals 1. Okay, all that to get the equation. Now I got to find the foci. But the foci are measured from the center. So the center is 3, negative 3. Okay, they all indicate the center being 3, negative 3. Which way are my foci from the center for this problem? Why are they up and down?
Because the y value is bigger.
The y value is bigger, so I know it's going to be an up and down ellipse. So that means my foci will be up and down from the center. In fact, that can narrow down my answer choices. I will need to be adjusting my y values, not my x values. And so now it's just, do I adjust them by root 5 or root 13? C squared equals a squared minus b squared for the ellipse. Again, I remember it as it's the opposite of the main sign. So 9 minus 4 is 5. So we'll add and subtract 5 from the y coordinate of the center. Answer choice B. Sure, I bet it's the same thing I just shared. I heart calc or no? Or we'll discuss later.
Yeah, we can discuss.
Okay.
I say, with the.
So easy.
I say no.
I'm fine with that.
What? You didn't fight for it.
I didn't fight for you at all. I just agreed and said, yeah, this is easy.
Easy, you
Under the bus. That was not a discussion. You just.
That's the same thing. This gives you one more hint than I gave you.
area under the curve.
Area under the curve.
Wow.
And you could probably guess what the shapes will be because you've seen a couple. You kind of guess it completely. Oh, you want the picture of that. Victoria thinks she knows the shape it's going to be. And I think she's probably right. I mean, it may not be in that order, but yeah, triangles and semicircles are about the only thing those are the easy things to find the area under. Right, and we're not going to find the area under, you could find it under an ellipse because we do know that equation, but that's not it. In calculus, you'll be able to find the area under any equation, but we'll worry about that later. All right, so yes, no skips on this one. You should be fine. Number 14. Hyperbola with that equation has foci of... Okay, so similar equation, or similar question to the one we just did. So 0, -4 is my center. What matters more for hyperbola? What comes first? So this is an up and down hyperbola. So I will go up and down, not left and right. I will go up and down from the center. And this time c squared equals a squared plus b squared. By the way, the two answer choices are, or the other answer choice is if you do minus b squared. So if you mess that up, your answer will be there, it just won't be right. 49 plus 25, that's probably 74. So we're going to add and subtract 74 to the y coordinate, so d. I feel like that's about as complicated as it gets. There's a lot going on there, but nothing's crazy. Number 17. Which of the following is the equation of a circle with that center and that radius? I suppose I could work backwards and complete the square on all of those. That seems like an annoying way to go. How about I just write the equation the way I like it to be written? And then multiply all that out and see which one of those I get. Right? So you could work this one forward or backwards, but working it forward is much quicker. So x squared plus 14x plus 49 plus y squared plus 6y plus 9 equals 25. So I need 14x and 6y. And I do need to figure out what that last number is. So 49 plus 9 is 58. Minus 25 is 33. So answer choice B. Number 20. Given that thing, graph everything, or find all the pieces. Even before I start on this, what's this shape going to be? A hyperbola. And remember there's, what, 5 of those type questions where we just give you that and ask you for the shape. So those should be easy as long as you know what you're looking for. So y squared minus 6y minus, I'm going to factor out the minus sign on the x stuff. Which means I need to be careful with that 8x. So b over 2 is negative 3. Add 9 to both sides. b over 2 is negative 4. I almost said add 16 to both sides. That's not quite right. Subtract 16 from the other side because of that minus sign out front. So plus 16 completes the square. That's the reason we were doing this. But because of the minus sign out front, we really need to subtract 16 from the other side. So y minus 3 squared minus x minus 4 squared equals 9. But that's not wrong. It just doesn't look like a hyperbola yet. So let's divide everybody by 9. Okay, now I can start answering questions. The center is
14
4, 3. Not 3, 4. Be careful with x's and y's. So 4, 3. The vertices are up and down. Right? Y comes first, so I know it's up and down. So I'll go up and down 3. I made the key yesterday, and on ones like this, I'm okay if you just want to say it 4, 3 plus or minus 3. That's sort of what you did. You went to the center and you went up and down 3. If you want to write it like that, that's fine. If you do them first and then you go get the points, and you say, well, they're 4, 6, and 4, 0, I mean, that's also okay. You don't have to list both of them, but I'm okay with the plus or minus notation. Let's finish graphing it. So let's go 3 left and right. And make our square. Well, it's not always a square. Make our rectangle, more generally. And that sets the asymptotes. Box and the asymptotes. Said this was an up and down, so I can sketch in the up piece, the down piece. It's not the best hyperbola I've ever drawn, but good enough. Okay, foci. Let's get some foci problems. C squared equals A squared plus B squared. Yeah, that makes sense. If you did minus on this one, you'd end up with C equals 0, and that would be weird to have the focus at the center. So C squared equals 18. Square root of 18, also known as 3 square root 2. And that's got to be up and down so that they'll wrap around the focus. So up and down means change the y coordinates by 3 root 2. I don't want to say the test is easy. I feel like it's straightforward. There's nothing crazy. Just, you know all the pieces, you're going to be fine. Oh, look. We're not doing 21, but write a piecewise equation for your favorite shape and find the area under the curve. Maybe you'll see one like that again sometime. Maybe. Skip ahead to 23. Dia. Yeah. The equation for the ellipse is written in the form that we don't like, ax squared plus by squared. I don't like that form, but whatever. What is the value of e? Okay, so I think I need to write the equation in the form I like, and then multiply it all out and figure out what e is. I don't think there's any shortcut to getting there. So it looks like the center is right there. X minus 5 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals 1. Under the x coordinate, that would be the left and right coordinate. We went left and right 3, so 9 goes under the x. Up and down 5, so 25 under the y. So I need to multiply through by 9 and 25. Maybe it's just easier to write 9 and 25. So on the x stuff, the 9's cancel. 25 times x squared minus 10x plus 25. Oh, this is going to be ugly, especially without a calculator. 9 times y squared plus 4y plus 4. And then 25 times 9, if you need to come out to the side and figure that out, is 225. There's is 225, but I don't think that's the right answer. We have to get everything on one side, and then the number by itself is e. So 25x squared minus 250x. 25 times 25. That's one you should have memorized in 8th grade, maybe? Perfect squares quiz with Miss Durkee or Miss Laughlin. Yeah? 625. But hey, if you didn't remember it, you go out to the side and longhand and figure it out. 9y squared plus 36y. 9 times 4 is 36. Okay, so I don't have to worry about any of this except the numbers that are by themselves. So I can stop worrying about the y squareds and the x squareds and the x's and the y's. 625 plus 36 is 661. Answer choice D, but that's not the answer. And then if I subtract 225, I get 436. So that was a lot of algebra and computation stuff, but again, I feel like it's straightforward. And that was it.